Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Batman, issue number 73. There's a lot to say about this comic book. Unfortunately, it's going to require talking about some spoilers. So after I tell you who made the book, I'm not going to try and kill the whole book for you. But yeah, spoilers. Okay, so The Fall and the Fallen, Part 4. Tom King is the writer, Michael Janin is the artist, Jordi Belair is on colors, Clayton Cowles on letters, Michael Janin does the cover, and Ben Oliver does the variant cover. And Bill Finger created Batman, and Bob Kane is a swiper. Swiper, no swiping. So, Thomas Wayne, after Batman got his butt handed to him by Bane, Thomas Wayne takes a hold of Batman and brings him into the desert. And Bruce doesn't wake up until he's in the freaking desert. And they get approached by a bunch of different waves of Ra's al Ghul's people. And they're like, you're not the real Batman. And he has to put a whooping on him and show him that, yeah, he is. In his own world, yeah, he is. And what happens? It's kind of weird. Bruce was unconscious for that long. Apparently, Bane did actually break his back again. So, because he's like, Thomas, when Bruce finally wakes up, he's like, hey, I reset your spine as best I could. Well, he is a doctor. So there's that. But, come on, man. How many times can this cat get his back broken by the same guy? So, that's twice now. Bane's got you twice now, bruh. Don't know what's up with Alfred. There's been talks online about it. Sometimes Tom King mentions something. Does anybody really care too much at this point? Eventually Bruce does wake up and he's like, do you have it? Yeah, it's in the saddlebag. And it's his cowl. Somehow in the middle of the freaking desert, like right around the corner or in Kandahar, and he's like, it's not hot enough. I need my Kevlar helmet. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. So he gives him his freaking cowl and is like, wearing it. And they're both wearing their Batman stuff, going through the desert. And they got a coffin with them. He's like, what's the coffin for? What? Bane! 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 Where's Bane? I hit his dad. And, I guess it's supposed to kind of make sense. I'd like for it to make a little bit more sense. The words don't feel real to me. I know he's delusional. He needs water. He's dehydrated. He was unconscious. He's healing from a broken back. But there's a lot going on here. Here's where the comic book picks up in a major way, though. When we find out what is in the coffin. Because first you find out the mission. And here's where just all the spoilers come to bear. In the desert is one of the Lazarus pits. All right? Batman has a lot of those Lazarus pits mapped out. You can say, why doesn't he just destroy them? Well, this is how he knows where Ra's al Ghul is going to go. So there's that. Anyway, so they're going to go there. Now, what's in the coffin? When you find out what's in the coffin, all of a sudden you see, at least for the final parts of this arc, so this is part 4, so at least for 2 more parts, this issue and 2 more parts of this arc, because apparently the Thomas Wayne thing ends with issue 76. That's when the whole City of Bane thing really starts. What's in the coffin, it feels more real than almost anything that I've read with Batman ever. So we literally go from like a whole bunch of really sad issues, after the wedding at least, to all of a sudden this. And it's like, you have genuinely made a believer out of me again. I don't know what City of Bane is going to be like. I don't know what... I mean, it's still Tom King. It's still his ideas in this story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still whatever, all right? It's still all the faults and flaws that he has when he's writing this character. But I read this I find out what's in the coffin, and the whole world, the whole Gotham universe for me opens up. And it's the realest thing ever. I loved when I found out what was in the coffin. I am so glad I waited for what was in the coffin, because make no mistake, Thomas Wayne is singing "Home on the Range, where the deer and the antelope play." You know, that song, and it's like, Tom King does that too much with the poetry and songs and stuff like that, way too much. And this is the one where it's like, hey, if you like those, you'll love this, because almost the entire issue is me, you know, him singing this song. And I swear to God, like, I'm not advocating death threats, but I get a little tiny bit of an idea of why some people would be making death threats. No, it's not okay. It's never okay. It's never okay. I'm totally being, it's just a little bit of morbid humor. When you're in the military, when you're in the infantry, as long as I've been, you develop a morbid sense of humor. If you don't like it, oh well. Sorry, Snowflake. The rest of us, we laugh like hell at that. But I'm trying to remember that, you know, I'm not in a military circle. So, yeah. Don't make death threats. That's just stupid. So even with all that Home on the Range stuff, man, like, I wanted to throw the book across the room. I swear to God. But once the reveal of the coffin, wow. More satisfying than anything that could have possibly been inside of that suitcase in Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm saying? Way more than that could have ever been. Anyway, guys, this was awesome. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.